So we're down here at the Science Museum in London. I'm with John Brewer, regular contributor to Running Fitness magazine. John, good to see you.
Yeah, and you.
We're here down for the launch of a new Lucozade product, and you can just tell us a little bit.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I think we've all seen, certainly with the Olympic Games, the difference that science and the science of sports nutrition can make to performance. And we know that milliseconds, small distances, small amounts of time can make the difference between success and failure. And I think it's great that we're here today at the Science Museum, where we've shown that the appliance of science, the combination of carbohydrate and caffeine and fluid in a drink, has been brought together to launch this product by Lucozade Sport. So I'm very confident that Lucozade Sport Champions Choice will help many people in sport, not just in endurance sport, but in team sports as well, where there is of course an endurance component because people have to contribute to continue to perform and play for 90 minutes or more in many cases. That this product will help those players, those athletes retain their energy stores, retain their hydration, and particularly towards the end of games and endurance activities, retain their concentration and focus. So I think it's very exciting, and I'm really pleased that Lucozade have again embraced the science and developed this product.
Yeah, we've just been through a presentation which was very interesting about how the Lucozade and the McLaren team have worked together to develop products for the Formula One drivers, and obviously what they need and requirements, and then how that product's developed. I mean, you're a very experienced runner yourself, and you know, sports drinks are quite prevalent in running. I mean, what I noticed here is you've obviously got lots of pictures of cutouts of Jenson Button, who's not only a great F1 driver, but is a brilliant athlete, and certainly a great runner as well as a triathlete.
Yeah.
I mean, could you just talk us through the product, how this product's slightly different from...
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think first and foremost, something that I've said to my students at the University of Bedfordshire is that you've got to see your body, or an athlete's body, as a bit like a Formula One car, and I've been saying that for many years. And no matter how great that car is, and how great the driver is, if you put the wrong fuel into it, it's not going to perform as well as it could do. And the body is just like that. We know that if you do all the training, you've got great coaching and great dedication, if you then refuel in the wrong way, or you hydrate in the wrong way, then you're not going to perform at your very best. So I think the science that we have here is the science of carbohydrate, because we know that people use up their carbohydrate stores when they're exercising. They only last for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours of exercise. So the science of carbohydrate is in the product. We know that people fatigue mentally when they do long activities, whether it's driving a high-speed racing car or running in a marathon or playing a game of football. So again, we know that caffeine can help improve that alertness. And of course, we know that people lose fluid. And we know that if you lose more than about 2% of your body weight from sweating and dehydration, again, both your physical and your mental performance will suffer. So the electrolytes in an isotonic drink will help the fluid to be absorbed, to get to where it's needed, and help to fight dehydration. So you bring the three together, and I think what we see, I suppose, as well, is the evolution of sports science in sport, because certainly when I was first involved in sports science some 30 years ago, it was really just marathon runners, long distance cyclists that saw that hydration and isotonic drinks were a benefit for them. What we now have is an environment where people from a range of sports, whether it's F1 drivers or rugby players or footballers or of course athletes, know that they dehydrate, know that they need to refuel, and know that they need to stay focused. So having those together in a product means that you have something that really is of value to a whole wide range of sports, not just marathon runners and Tour de France cyclists.
That's great, that's really good. We're going to have a look at the product over time, but going back to yourself, I know you ran at the weekend.
I did the Finchley 20 in preparation for my hopefully 15th London Marathon. This may well be the last one, but I do say that every year. 20 miles, a nice steady 8-minute mile pace in the wet and the cold. But again, you still sweat and you still lose fluid running in the cold, and it took me a while to rehydrate afterwards. The body isn't getting any younger, but I do still enjoy my running, and I still get competitive, and I'm looking forward to not necessarily troubling the podium places in the London Marathon, but at least plodding around somewhere in the middle of the field, and as always having a great day.
And do you think you'll be breaking any PBs?
Absolutely not. No. The only record I'll break is for the record number of marathons, hopefully, that I will have completed, which will go from 14 to 15 over, believe it or not, a 31-year period. So I'm a bit of a slow learner. I think at some point I'll ease off and go back to doing some shorter distances. But I do enjoy the 10Ks and the half marathons and shorter distances as well.
Well, we look forward to seeing you and the product at the London Marathon in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks very much.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, no problem.